Oh, hello, yes. Well, October and the trees are stripped bare of all they wear. But the royal family goes on and on, yes. Great news yesterday that, still Prince Andrew, but no longer the Duke of Who Cares, is, finally going to, be, I don't know, slightly less of a thing than he was before, which I thought was what we'd already had. Anyway, I'm slightly confused by the entire thing, I must admit, because, he has managed to hang on way beyond, by, let's face it, at least 5 years, maybe 6 or even 7, beyond what any reasonable person would have thought was, reasonable. So he's going to do what exactly now? Be slightly more shady in the background unless he can get away with it at like his mum's funeral than he was before? Because it strikes me that basically that level of privilege and not really having any belief that you've done anything wrong is still there. Which of course leads us on neatly to the, what exactly are these people here for? Because over the years, whenever I hear that phrase, they do work very hard, I do have to say, doing what exactly? I mean, that's the big question. What exactly is it that the royal family do? I mean, I get the idea that, King Charles is there to rubber stamp legislation. Okay, that's one thing. But the rest of them, I mean, every once in a while you get to see, Prince Edward, for example, who will rock up on a balcony somewhere, festooned with medals because of his, me neither. And presumably he's working very hard, but I don't know what he does. And, I don't know, is it Mr. Andrew now? Anyway, his kids are still going to be princesses that will get loads and loads of stuff because they presumably work very hard. And the other aspect to this is you can really, really see who exactly is the edgelords and the dangerous out there, really, really, really sticking it to the establishment types. Because, of course, the British media isn't in the slightest. I mean, it's actually led now to the BBC being a kind of a cheerleader on this particular one. Rightly so, you might think so. But we would have thought that all of those kind of populist ones out there, like Talk TV and GB News and even the Sun newspaper, I did notice yesterday, because, yes, I decided to look at what they had to say. And, they think that he's a bit of a bad man. But by no means does it have any reflection whatsoever on all the others who work very hard, yes. But yesterday we had lots of stories about how evil and awful and awful and evil Meghan was, which I don't know. I think have we had a decade of those stuff now? I mean, one of them actually had the audacity to suggest, that she basically didn't have a job, which is beyond any form of irony that I can possibly think is anything other than deeply ironic. Yes. But the simple fact remains, why are they still here? The archetypal examples of a rentier class that provide nothing in real terms, and yet, magically, we have to look up to them as, I don't know, what are they, job providers, investors, entrepreneurs? Hard to say, really. No, of course not, but certainly they will work very hard, won't they? Yes, and they certainly work very, very hard at making sure that the entire weight of the establishment is behind them, and whenever anything like this rears its ugly head, which undoubtedly it will carry on doing so, let's face it, then we can all hide away and pretend that nothing needs to be questioned about the idea that somebody who merely comes out of their mum should be given such, wealth, prestige and status. Maybe a bit less status, but not realistically enough less, let's face it. Anyway, hopefully one of the knock-on effects of this will be to apply pressure across the pond at various other people that are neatly, very, very neatly ensnared in the Epstein web. Yeah, I mean, you can't close down the government forever, and you can't decide not to swear people in forever. Yeah, I don't know, maybe he can, eh? Maybe he'll press the nuclear button after all. After all, very often in history we have, of course, been left with leaders that will do such things, a real kind of Gotterdammerung, whereby you're going to go down in the bunker and take everyone else with you. But at which point we do have to say that maybe we shouldn't live in a political system like that. Just going to put that one out there. Anyway, do have a lovely day if you can. Remember, these people are so obviously desperately flawed human beings that realistically we shouldn't bother with them. I mean, realistically. Do have a lovely day if you can do.